Let's start off talking about Stella as a storyteller and as a director. What did she just bring to this?
Specificity, vision, a sense of just fun. It's such a pleasure to work with her, having worked with her on Insecure and then having worked with her on this, her baby, in a sense, something that she wrote and directed herself. She knew exactly what she wanted at every turn, and it was just great to collaborate with her, such a strong-minded person.
And talk about the importance and the significance of this, this two generations of Black women, their stories of love, their stories of relationship with one another, directed by a Black woman.
Yeah, it was just so beautiful to witness this multi-generational Black love story helmed by two Black women. And just watching those scenes with Chante Adams, who plays Christina, and even the influence that Stella brought based on her own grandmother's experience. It felt like being a part of history in a way, and it's also deeply ironic in the way that the past informs the present, which I'm sure it obviously did for Stella's choices to even make this movie. So it's just connected on so many levels.
Yeah, we can never outrun it.
Nope. Never outrun your past. Never outrun your parents' decisions. They're all just kind of within you.
Definitely.
But you can learn from them.
Yes. And then I think about my kids and what I'm doing to them.
I know
that's a whole other thing.
You can't worry about it. That's for them to figure out. That's their problem.
But talk about your character and her mom, and just that mother-daughter, the complexities of that relationship.
Yeah, I mean, May is not as close to her mother as she would have liked to be, and when she loses her mother, she discovers a whole other side, and I think by way of the relationship that she had, just to take a step back, I think she was afraid to be vulnerable. I think that she doesn't think she's good at love because her mother wasn't good at love. She's kind of just voluntarily opting into this cycle until she gets this letter from her mother urging her to learn from her own mistakes, to not make the same mistakes that she did.
Why is this the movie to see this Valentine's Day?
It's just, it's Valentine's Day is a celebration of love, whether that's self-love, couple love, familial love, and this movie has all of those aspects.
Just lastly, the ensemble is really incredible. Talk about working with this group of actors.
This was a joy. When we all got to be, I didn't get to work with the 80s crew. Alana, I've already worked with him, not that special. But Chante, phenomenal. But, being with Rel and Tiana and Kelvin and Jasmine, like, everyone is just stellar, and they're so fun to be around. And it really just, you felt a rush of energy in all of those scenes. We're just so excited to be working with each other.
Valentine's Day is just around the corner. Why is this the must-see movie for Valentine's Day?
I think it's just a movie where anyone can have an opportunity to explore love again and engage in love with loved ones. Whether that be someone that you are engaged with romantically, or your mom, or your kid. It's an opportunity for everyone to come together and just experience a moment in time together. Life is short, so I think we should tell people we love them. I love you. I love you. I love you too.
And this movie, I don't know, just talk about the significance of having this Black woman-centered romantic drama written and directed by a Black woman.
Oh, aren't we lucky? It's a beautiful thing, and it's a trend that is much more than a trend, and something that will continue to expand out and involve and mean that other people can tell their stories, and that's what we want to do. We want to continue to create the groundwork for people to be able to tell their stories no matter how they look, no matter where they come from. So we're really happy to be a part of that.
Now, the story is really this two-generation story kind of unfolding at the same time. Just talk about the power of the past and how it impacts us in the present, and specifically for your character as the reporter?
Well, what you just said was in the past, now it's the present, and now it's the future. I think all of them are happening simultaneously. So it's easy for us to see how the parallels happen in what's considered the past and what's considered the future and the present. So we just are always influencing everything. So it's more important for us to be actively kind to our fellow person, and I think we will begin to see that all the timelines match up. So if you're doing something to help someone, then you're doing the right thing, because it's only one time, and that's now.
Valentine's Day is on Friday.
Yes.
Why is The Photograph the must-see Valentine's Day movie?
I just think it's a movie that shows us complexities. It's a movie that shows us, what healthy love looks like. A movie that challenges us to be the best ourselves for our partners. I think we often don't see movies with also Black people in this space, and I think it's going to be exciting because we're going to see how universal it all is, and that no matter what your race is, you can connect to this movie. But Black people specifically is something that they can grab onto that has nuance. I always look at it and it kind of feels like our Notebook. You know what I mean? And it's a beautiful love story, and the people that are in it are just so talented.
How groundbreaking is it to have this representation of Black women directed by this Black woman storyteller? Just talk about what that brings to the film.
It's so huge, and also mostly because it's, she's telling her story and she hasn't compromised on how she wanted to tell that story, Stella, and then she has so many strong female creators like Issa to support that, but also the fact that, Universal supported it in such a big way, and we've seen the marketing materials everywhere. It puts it on a platform where we can know that we can do these types of movies and they can do well, and that they're going to take that risk. My first job ever was with a female director, her name Stella Meghie, and she's an independent filmmaker. And I think for people like her, this moment for Stella and for Ava DuVernay and for Melina. I think it's huge. It's huge for us as a body of people, and I think hopefully that we'll continue to see more of these interesting minds get the opportunity to tell their stories.
Here we are, Valentine's Day. It's just around the corner.
Oh, yes.
Why is The Photograph the film to see this Valentine's Day?
I think it's a perfect film for Valentine's Day because it has a little something in it for everybody. This film isn't just for the lovebirds, although, it's all about love at its core, but it's also about the love between brothers and the love between friends and this beautiful mother-daughter relationship that we get to witness. So, yeah, there's something in it for everybody.
And just talk about the significance of the representation of these Black women directed by a Black woman. Just to talk about the significance of that.
Well, when I think about our movie, I think back to how I felt the first time I watched Love and Basketball, which was also directed by a Black woman, and how I saw myself in characters like Sanaa Lathan and Regina Hall. And from that moment, I knew that this was something that I could do. So I hope that The Photograph serves that purpose for the next generation.
That's great. And talk about Stella as a storyteller and a filmmaker.
Stella is just awe-inspiring. I can't say it enough. Just walking on set and seeing that a Black woman is in charge and that I get to take direction from is extremely meaningful to me. And she's just an amazing director, an amazing collaborator, and I can't stress that enough because she made sure that on these characters, they weren't just hers, that we got to own them together, and I really appreciated that.
And talk about the two generations, the love story. Two generations.
Yeah.
So beautiful.
Oh, yes. Yeah. I think it's something that we haven't really seen before in a lot of films, this multi-generational aspect and how the choices of parents in their young adult lives can affect their children once they get older and become adults and experience love.
How does it feel to be?
It feels so fun.
Can you tell me who you play?
I play the younger version of May and my mom.
And why is The Photograph the movie to see on Valentine's Day?
Because it's about a love story.
Thank you so much. Have a great time tonight.
You too.
You were so great in the movie. Why is this the movie to see this Valentine's Day?
Well, first of all, I don't even know that anything else is coming out. So lucky for us, we don't have much competition, but I miss the black love story, like Love Jones and Love and Basketball, and I'm aging myself here, but that's the stuff that I remember, where we had a story about two people who weren't traumatized. It's like a simple love story. And of course they have a history, there's trauma in their history and the family history, and then we come together for this beautiful thing. But I love laughing, the laughter that's in it. I love like all the sweet moments, and it's a guy who's being sweet to a girl, and they're both people of color. I think we need it. We need it right now. We need it.
And how is, this black woman-centered romantic drama
Directed by a black woman, yes.
really groundbreaking?
Oh my gosh. I love everything about, when I saw Stella asked me to do it, and she kind of was like, you don't have a huge part, but we think it's a really important part. And like, she kept thanking me for doing it, and I was like, are you kidding me? Like, I love this stuff, and I will be any part of it. I'm proud to be a part of it no matter what. But like, I love the fact that this is a black female director directing something about black love, and it's opening on Valentine's Day. I mean,
talk about Stella as a storyteller and as a director.
Her energy is so peaceful that you don't even realize that you're like working and doing a scene. At least with my stuff, I mean, she barely, she would come over and kind of sort of gently say something or like suggest something. And it was always sort of framed as a suggestion, like, I know you know what you're doing. I'm comfortable with what you're doing. I'm going to suggest something, play with it. But she's so gentle about it that you don't feel this anxiety of like, oh my God, I did something wrong. She wants me to do it differently. She's just kind of a beautiful soul. She sent me flowers just out of nowhere when I got nominated for an Emmy. She's just sweet. I think she's just a sweetheart.
Why is this a must-see movie about?
I think it's a must-see movie, just period. Valentine's Day, President's Day, July 4th. It's a must-see movie because we haven't seen a movie this fresh and this pure and capturing black love in a long time. Natural black love, without any trauma. It's just another slice of the pie that I think we really need. And it's a romance. We gotta lead with love. So I'm excited to see how people respond to it.
How groundbreaking is it to have this black woman represented in film, by a black woman, written by a black woman?
I think it's fun. I mean, groundbreaking for sure. It's unfortunate that it's groundbreaking, right? Because it's as natural as the love my mom has for me, the love my aunt, my grandma has. It's great to be able to see that represented on film. This is what I've seen my entire life. So, it's unfortunate that's a revelation, but I feel like Stella Meghie is the best person to be groundbreaking as far as, what it is. What's up, man?
Talk about Stella's gifts as a storyteller.
Oh, man. She's so clear on what it is she wants. Like, she wrote and directed this. That's not an easy task. And she built this. This is her vision. I think she's very concise, and she knows how to speak to actors. She got the whole package, honestly. Yeah. And then it's from a woman's perspective, which is always going to be one of the most beautiful things that you can ask for as a storyteller.
Is this your first premiere?
Yes.
How exciting is it to be here?
It's really exciting.
You excited to be here?
Yes.
Why is this the movie to see on Valentine's Day?
Because it's a love story.
Can you tell me who you guys play?
We play Sophia, and she plays Sandrine.
Have a great time tonight. Congratulations, you guys.
Thank you.
It's so special. This is actually my feature film debut, so this is like a whirlwind for me, just being on the red carpet and seeing everyone. And we filmed it kind of a while ago, back in May, so it's almost like a reunion, seeing like my castmates and Stella, and it's just an amazing experience. Yeah.
So why is this the movie to see this Valentine's Day?
This is the movie to see because it's a celebration of love in general, but especially Black love. And I think on the screen we're so used to seeing Black trauma and Black hardship, which is definitely part of the Black experience, but we also laugh and have joy and have these great experiences, and I think we don't see that enough on screen. So this is, I think, the perfect movie to just bring your spirits up on Valentine's Day and celebrate love.
And just centering on these Black women who are complex, vulnerable, strong, and directed by a Black woman. Just talk about the importance of this representation.
Yeah, I think it's so special, honestly. Like, kind of related to what I was saying, the Black woman is so multifaceted. You know what I mean? They go through these hardships, but they also have these high ups and experience love and happiness. And this movie kind of highlights all of that. And it also highlights generational love and how you're affected by your family, and how that affects how you love, in a sense. And even just reading the script, I started to think about how I was raised and the love that I've seen between my parents and my grandparents and my great-grandparents, and how that affects how I love. And I think this film really highlights that and helps you think about that. Yeah.
And talk about Stella as a storyteller and filmmaker.
She is incredible. I was always a fan of her even prior to signing on to the film. I loved what she did with Everything, Everything and Insecure, and she exceeded expectations with her directing. And she really lets the actor take ownership of the character. She doesn't put you in a box, which I think is so special. So it's an honor to really work with Stella.
The chance to write and direct this, bring it to this screen.
I mean, I started talking about this movie with Will Packer like 5 years ago, and it took a while, and a few movies came before, but we both came back to it, and so for it to be coming out now, you know, it's just like a dream come true, because it's one of those films you write and you stick in the drawer and you don't know if it'll ever get made, and so when it does, and the billboards are everywhere with Issa and Lakeith's beautiful face, you know, and your name on it, it's you really take the time to be like, be so grateful that it's actually was produced and that it's here.
Just talk about the significance of being able to represent these strong Black women. Vulnerable strong Black women.
I mean, I've always written for the women in my family, for the women I grew up with, for my friends, and wanting to show them on screen in all their facets, because we are not just strong, we are vulnerable, we can be hurt, you know, we can grow, you know, we are not perfect, and giving us space to be everything that we are, you know, to each other, that's what matters to me.
And I love that you give it time.
Yeah.
Talk about your cast.
I mean, I got very lucky. Everyone was my first choice, you know, like to have Issa, who is one of the most talented breakout movie stars, and like, you know, we have a great partnership. I've gone to work on her show, she's come to work with me. You know, I just love seeing her face on screen. I could watch her for hours and hours. Lakeith can do no wrong. Lakeith can play anything he wants to play. His range is undeniable, you know, and then you have people like Chante Adams and Alon Noel and Rob Morgan and Marsha Stephanie Blake and Jasmine Cephas Jones and Kelvin Harrison, who's a huge star in the making. Like, it's just like, to me, a who's who of the best actors, and to have them all together, like, yeah, mind blowing.
Why is this movie to see this Valentine's Day?
I mean, we're the romance movie to see, I can't lie. You know, we're the movie, and it's like, this is such a, like, layered love, you know? This is about romantic love, this is about familial love, this is about brotherly love, you know? This is just, you know, I hope that everyone will find something in it, whether you're in a relationship or not. This is really about how to love and how to grow into the person you want to be.
How are you?
I'm great. We're finally here. It's been a long road from treatment to script to pre-production and production, and just it was a long journey, and I'm just so happy that we're finally showing the world the film.
It's a beautiful film.
Thank you.
Why is The Photograph the movie to see this Valentine's Day?
Well, it's the only romance that's in theaters, number one. if you want to take your best girl or your best guy, and you want to be reminded of why you're together, it's the film to see. I think it's it's a very polarizing time right now in America, and I think for this film that has just universal themes of love, which everyone can relate to, I think it's therapeutic for everyone to go see.
And talk about Stella as a storyteller and director. What did she bring?
Well, there's no movie without her. I mean, she poured her heart and soul into that script. When I first read that script and advocated for the project, like, it was just so beautiful on the page. I'm like, wow, we need something like this right now. And she brought it to life with her hard work, with her vision, her unwavering vision. So she deserves the majority of the credit for this.
And just talk about the importance of representation. This is a Black woman-centered romantic drama written and directed by a Black woman. How important is it?
It's very important. I mean, it's literally been 2 decades since Love and Basketball, since and it's, I mean, Love and Basketball, and what is the other one? Love Jones. 2 decades since we've seen a real Black love story. There's been a couple of others here and there, but released by a major studio with marketing push for the masses, it's been 2 decades. And that audience is wildly underserved with that type of material, and we're just so proud that we've been able to bring that to them.
And the performances are amazing.
Amazing. You know, obviously we start with Issa and Lakeith, who are the cornerstones, but you know, Chante Adams is a revelation. Like, she knocks it out of the park. Lon Noel, you know, we have Rel, like you've never seen him before, kind of in some serious moments, and he's kind of the voice of reason and the sage of the movie. And his partner, Tiana Paris, who plays his wife. And you have an amazing young actor by the name of Kelvin Harrison Jr., who was literally in 5 films last year. Jasmine Cephas Jones, which was great, a great sidekick to Issa Rae's character. Rob Morgan, who's one of my favorites as an actor, his scenes are just gut punches. Courtney B. Vance, Chelsea Peretti. It's just an amazing cast.
Talk about just what Stella brought as a storyteller, as a director to this project.
Stella brings a passion, she brings a knowledge, she brings a focus on her vision, and her vision is unique to her. This is a love story. There have been other love stories, not nearly enough, but this one will stand on its own.
And just talk about the importance of representation of the story of 2 generations of Black women told by a Black woman.
Yeah, how about that?
Yeah.
Like, as you said, 2 generations of Black women talking about love to each other, one from the past to the present. Stella did an amazing job of creating parallel narratives for this film. You don't see that a lot, especially around Black women. They deserve this film. And so myself as a filmmaker, especially as a Black male filmmaker, I feel a responsibility to be a part of helping to bring this to the masses. And I hope people will enjoy it.
Did you enjoy it?
I actually haven't seen it yet.
It's your first time?
This is my first time seeing it tonight, so I'm
True story.
super excited. Love in the air. It's Valentine's Day coming up. Like, it's perfect.
That's what I was going to ask. Why is this the must-see movie for Valentine's Day?
Must-see movie for Valentine's Day because we need love. Right now, it's a crazy world. It's a polarized world. There's so much going on that we don't want to even deal with or address. You know what? This is a movie that will remind you about the good things, about the beauty, about the love in everybody. That's why you go see this movie on Valentine's Day.
Start off talking about your phenomenal director. Talk about working with Stella and just her as a storyteller and director.
She's really easeful. She listens really well, and it was just a ton of fun working with her. I was only on set for 1 day, but I was welcomed in with open arms. I brought a big choice that I thought could either fall on its face or do really well, and she was up for it. I think she's got an incredible career ahead of her, and it was a real honor to work with her.
Why is the photograph the movie to see this Valentine's Day?
Oh gosh. I think there's something in it for everybody. I think.
Because I'm always on Netflix or at the
I think it's so incredibly relatable for everybody. I think it's about sheer passion, chasing your dreams, and trying to balance that with your love and how to reconcile the two. And I think we can all relate to that.
Talk about being able to be part of this project and working with Stella,
You know, I worked with Stella on First Wives Club, but it was really nice to work with her on the photograph and to really see her in her element and to be a part of this. There's so many people that I admire that are part of this project, and shooting in New Orleans that has so much culture and like so much history. So it was a really great experience for me, just all around.
And talk about just the importance of representation, the significance of this romantic drama focused on two generations of Black women.
I'm so glad you asked about representation because it is so important to me, and it's so important to people of color all around, and for young people to see people in love on screen that are brown, and not just brown but like chocolate brown, and to see us portrayed in such a positive light, which you don't always get to see that in media, in film, in TV. So I think this is such an important film for people to see of all colors, no matter what your race or ethnic background or socioeconomic background. This is really important. This is a love story, and Black people fall in love. Black people are complicated, and I think that sometimes we don't get to show all of our layers. But Stella is really great at capturing that, so I am really proud to be a part of this.
And I love how she just gives it all time.
Exactly. Like, she really gives it space to breathe, gives the audience space to receive it and to understand it and to connect with it, which is so important. So that's really what I admire about her work, is that she brings her humanity to the work, and you really see that.
Now, why is this the must-see movie, this Valentine's?
Well, when I was reading the script, I was just riveted. I mean, like, even on paper, it jumped out at me. And then to see how she captured it in the tones and the colors and the different chords that she's captured, it is really beautiful. So it's just, and who doesn't love to see a beautiful film? It's really enjoyable as the viewer to see something like that. So that's why everyone must see it. It's great. There's so many amazing people that are a part of it. It's my first feature film. So, everyone should see it. Thank you.
Talk about working with Stella and her as a storyteller, as a director, and how that impacted your work.
No, it was amazing work with Stella. The good thing about Stella is that she was a fan of my music already, so it kind of worked. So she allowed me to be who I am while telling her story, you know what I mean? So it was really a match made in heaven because of that, you know what I mean? She wasn't looking for some kind of stock sounds that already exist. She's like, I want you to be you and help me tell this story. So hats off to her for allowing me, to give me the space to do that, you know what I mean? So I think that's what made this soundtrack special.
And I don't know, talk about what was your process like? You work through the dailies and then try to...
My process is pretty much, I would go in and I like to be there with the director. I like to make music right in front of their eyes. So she would say, let's look at this scene, and I would just watch it a few times and then go in and record what I felt in real time. You know what I mean? And I like that because the director's there, and I can feel where they feel, and we can kind of come to a conclusion right there. You know what I mean? So
that's awesome.
Yeah.
Now talk about just the power and the importance of this story focused on two generations of Black women, written and directed by a Black woman.
It's amazing. I grew up, I'm here because of Black women. I lived with my aunt, my mom, and my grandmother. They raised me. You know what I mean? So the fact that this is a whole thing created by Black women is kind of just like, this is how it should be. You know what I mean? I love it.
And why is this the movie to see this Valentine's Day?
Say it again?
Why is this the movie to see this Valentine's Day?
I'm sorry. How you doing, man? How you doing?
Yo, we got to rap, bro.
Oh yeah, for sure.
We got to rap.
For sure.
Like,
for sure.
For real.
We here.
I'm
all night.
yeah, my brother. Sorry. Yeah.
So why is this the movie, the must-see movie this Valentine's Day?
Because I did the music, and no, because I mean you have Lakeith Stanfield and Issa Rae together. Like that's just like a match made in heaven, and I feel like it's just a love story that needs to be told right now, and I feel like it just feels good. It feels like Valentine's. Boom. For sure.
My jacket.
Right at top.
She's not even in it.
What is she pulling out?
My friend here?
Just carry her. She's my daughter.
Right on top of it on the computer, it'll play what it is. I have video mode. This camera's a little low, the big one, but it's my baby.
I love the Tims. Totally. Love the Tims.
Okay, so we're going to do some
Just look that way for me and just turn me around.
To your right, please. Far right.
Look at him. Over here, sir.
Far right, please. Far right.
And one more. Looking right here. Right here, please. And for Steve here? I'm video.
Listen, you.
It's funny. I work with words. I like words back.
Take a full step. Right there. And for Steve here? For my friend here? Take a step over if you can. Step, looking right at him. Perfect.
Specifically all day long. I'm so grateful for you for sharing it. I want to switch
girls. We're video, you can move.
This is the black one. We have the right here.
One last shot. Sir.
Story that's so much depth. It's about, you know, cycles of the future self. How do we overcome that? It's all just fun and funny and really awful. So, I mean, I think it's something that also Black audiences haven't gotten in a long time.
Why are you just like that?
Absolutely. Super cute movie. And how proud of you were to be part of such a beautiful story.
Yes.
Super proud. I mean, I've always wanted to work with Lakeith, and right before I met him, Stella Meghie trust this reason, I'm a huge Issa Rae fan. And I love Stella's work as well, so I'm just grateful to be a part of this video. And it's fun. It's just like Black actors doing this thing.
Yeah, it was a lot of fun. What was it like working with him on set? Like, were there any big highlights?
Yeah, I mean, he's just like funny. He's like really plays all the time. Yeah. He's constantly improv, he's constantly just transforming all the time too.
You're right.
I don't even write anything.
Jump one more slide.
Make sure you get him. He's the main, the second guy. B-roll him.
Oh.
Remember?
Oh, yeah.
Thank you.
Gentlemen, can we get you cut one shot right here? Straight ahead.
Thank you.
Did you go turn into a nucleus right here? Back there. Right on the camera.
Let's get the family. Okay, I think it is.
We got some.
Shayla.
Thank you so much. Stay with me. And that's that.
How you doing?
Alright, so tell me, why is the photograph
especially in today's time, you know, that needs to be on the top of everybody's mind.
There's a lot of great messages. How?
Have you seen it?
I have. Asked here and there. How happy to be a part of such a beautiful lesson?
I mean, honestly, words can't explain. I've been looking to be a part of something like this.
James Lopez. Coach right here.
You know, as a storyteller,
One more right here, gentlemen.
thrives in this type of situation.
Have you seen it?
Yeah, I saw like. What is that? That's a show with network. I'm joking. You look at the thing. I don't know how to say it.
I mean, if you were engaged, She's in the middle of
my girl
Amazing cast, amazing people. What was it like working with like Issa, Lakeith?
People ask me that a lot, and then once they see the movie, they'll understand that we never actually worked together. These past couple weeks are the first time we're actually meeting and interacting because their stories are present in mine. Flashbacks, yes. But I had an amazing time. Oh my God, yes, I'll be watching it multiple times.
All right, well, thank you so much. You look beautiful.
Thank you.
Have a great rest of your night. Hi, I'm Julia. I'm Universal.
Which is why I got confused.
No, but I just for the love. It's all about love at its core, but it's also about love and beautiful mother-daughter relationship that we just get into. So, yeah, there's something in it there. How do you guys talk about it? Yes, absolutely.
Just like
Listen, some people out here. That's as bad as all the time.
Marielle. Their children. You do need to grab him. That's all.
Thank
Thank you, Jam. I have my producer partner, oh my God, she literally kept calling me. You see me like I'm definitely starstruck. Listen, guys, the rest of the night is going to be good.
It's going to be great. So tell me, why is this
Because it's all about because this is a time when the polarized country, the country of origins, so much strife, a lot of trauma. I'm not a film that just celebrates the best of us. You know, this is a good old I appreciate that. Thank you so much.
I completely
Right, here we go. Eyes in, bring it in.
I think all of them have so it's easy for us to see how
One more time right here for him.
Yes, give me a big introduction access to and application. We made a million of those. A million love Marsha Stephanie Blake, Robin Schwab, that's
Hold on.
Can we talk about other ones? All right, ready?
I also see this like we're taking our time.
Are you not very different. So that's why everyone has to see it. It's great. Everyone should go. I don't want to sit there like that. So you ain't gonna tell us if it came in? This is the only time I've ever seen this much press today. Like we were very serious about Issa. Black queen. Look at us like. Thank you for waiting.
Who are you wearing?
Whoever I can find.
Okay. Sir, look right.
All the way right?
Well, come on, people, come on. You were killing it in. Let me just get a couple. I'm just saying. Hold on. Thank you so much. Friend Steve here.
True professional.
See, now everyone can act with stuff. Because that's the last person. So turn back to the, give them the wave and all the stuff that they're looking for.
I'm gonna walk back in again. I missed it. My flash was off.
That's your problem.
The H there of your right there, and look over this way. Yeah, the right here. The H. Got it. Look right here. Hold on, one more. Awesome.